We will qualify 4 out of each of the 5 heats. On the pole, the 97 Steve Magilton. Coming out of the pits right now, the 4 car. If you recall last Saturday evening here at Silver Spring Speedway, Johnny Stoner in that 4 car, not that one, but his regular car just literally tore it up. This car was the car that had been wrecked the month prior at Port Royal. They've been working on it all week to get a car ready.
Yeah, we had mentioned that Johnny Stoner had a backup car here last Saturday night. In fact, he did not, because he destroyed a car up at Port Royal. So they got 1 car ready for tonight.
Starting on the outside of the front row, Jim Schuster in the 69. Row 2, Chris Reed in the 14. Paul Troutman in the 16. And it's George Group in the 2K. The 53, Sean Keane. Russ Mitten in the 77. Jimmy Shuttlesworth in the 50B. Rich Eichelberger in the 8. Johnny Stoner in the 4. And his first appearance for the 95 season, John Provenza in car number 90.
And Provenza did not make the start. For whatever reason, Provenza not making the start. John Stoner doesn't look like he has a car dialed in yet. He's having some handling problems. But I'd like to mention he was 3rd in the Napa Series points after last Saturday night. And coming in tonight, he had dropped to 5th because he missed 2 races, the Penn National race and the Williams Grove race last night. So he has dropped back to 5th in the Napa Point Series.
Right now out on the point with the lead is the 16 of Paul Troutman. Troutman comes around. Here's a duel for the 2nd spot. The 2K of George Group, the 69 of Jim Schuster, and Schuster pushes high in 2. Group takes 2nd, Schuster now in 3rd.
Steve McLaughlin runs 4th in the 97, but Rich Eichelberger just got underneath him for that 4th and final qualifying spot.
Eichelberger in the 8 tries the inside as he moves down out of the back stretch. Schuster in the 69 running in the 3rd spot. Ike this time right about in the middle of the track. They come around 4.
And the 2K driven by George Group. George Group made his start last Saturday night in that car.
And Johnny Stoner in the 4. Coming around underneath, Eichelberger has moved into 5th.
I'll tell you, after the first couple laps, it looked like Stoner had his handful with that car, but he's really got it working now. He's found a group.
Here he comes underneath the 69.
Stoner moving into 3rd spot, so he's missed 2 races. He's ready to get back for some more action here, and he's up to 3rd spot. That's good enough for a qualifying spot for tonight's feature event. Eichelberger now looking to the inside of Jimmy Schuster, and he takes over that 4th and final qualifying spot.
Coming around to complete lap number 7, your leader, Paul Troutman. Running in the 2nd spot, George Group. Then it's Johnny Stoner in the 4, Rich Eichelberger in the 8. Jim Schuster in the 69 in the 5th spot, just out of qualifying, and he's undercut by the 77 of Mitten, who moved into 5th.
And Troutman, 2 to go. He's leading the way. He's looking for his first heat win in 1995 here at Silver Spring Speedway, and also on the Napa Series circuit. Eichelberger that time coming off 2. It looked like the car might have shut off on him. He lost a lot of ground to Stoner, and Russell Mitten was able to close in a little bit.
The white flag is down, and they pass the flag stand. Down into 1 and 2, now headed down the backstretch. He's got the lead, and he should be able to hold on to the 2nd flag.
And Russell Mitten is closing in on Eichelberger. This is going to be close for that 4th and final qualifying spot.
The winner is Paul Troutman. Finishing in the runner-up spot, 2 of George Group. In 3rd, Johnny Stoner in the 4, and rounding out the top 4 qualifying spots, Rich Eichelberger in car number 8. The 2nd heat event of the evening for the Super Sportsman, and here's your starting lineup.
Starting on the pole will be the 9 of Glenn Yackel. Starting 2nd at 21 of Dave Newman. Starting 3rd in the 25, Jerry Strauger. Starting 4th in the 42, J.R. Fry. Starting 5th in the 5B, Dave Berkheimer. Starting 6th in the 19, Joe Rennicker. 7th, Timmy Leapart in the 88 Al. Starting 8th in the 5G, Mike Irwin. Starting 9th, Frankie Herr, followed by Bob Fantasy, Tommy Griffith, and John Provenza was out there, but I think he was just getting the car fired up, ready for the consolation event. He was scheduled to start with the last heat race.
Berkheimer got up on the back of J.R. Fry as they went through the second turn, and Irwin capitalized on that one. He's moved on the inside, he's up and around and into the pole line spot.
Just about the whole field capitalized because Berkheimer started 5th and he's all the way back to about 10th spot. Newman running second, Glenn Yackel leading the way in that Ford-powered number 9. Glenn Yackel, our race leader. Dave Newman runs second, followed by Jerry Stralger and Mike Irwin. Mike Irwin in the 5G has come on strong the last couple weeks. He is up to 11th spot in the point standings for the Napa Series circuit.
Irwin on the inside of Strauser, moves underneath, takes third away. They come out of the fourth turn down the front. The leader, Glenn Yackel. The 21 of Dave Newman is still running in the runner-up spot. And it's the 5 of Mike Irwin in third. Jerry Strauser in the 25 in fourth. That's your current qualifying spots. The 1H of Fantasy is in 5th. And here comes the 88L of Lee Park.
Dave Newman used to run here with the Super Sportsman several years back. I guess it's been about 3 or 4 years since Newman has raced with the Super Sportsman. But he has just taken over the lead from Yackel, and here comes Irwin on the inside.
Irwin in that 5 car working well on the inside groove.
Mike Irwin, he was a runner-up Thursday night at Penn National Speedway. And last night he was in the top 10 once again over at Williamsgrove Speedway. And here he goes trying to take the lead.
And on the inside groove, it is Mike Irwin who takes the lead.
He had a slim advantage, and Newman really getting the car sideways as he was running right on the cushion. Dave Newman, car number 21, trying to hold on and retake that lead, but Mike Irwin starts to stretch it a little bit now. Newman running second, third is Glenn Yackel, fourth is Jerry Stralger, and running a close 5th is the 1H of Bob Fantasy with 2 to go.
On the 2-lap signal, Fantasy trying to close in on Jerry Strauser.
And we've got problems up here in corner number 4 and on the front stretch. The 42 of J.R. Fry, the 88L of Tim Leapart, the 19 of Reniker, and the 73
yes.
Frankie Herr. So tough break
We
here.
were watching up in the front with that duel with Fantasy. Didn't see what happened coming out of 4, but apparently it all broke loose because there are 4 cars involved.
Okay, Frankie Herr, they're going to try and get him underway here.
Racing brought to you this evening by Leach's Automotive Service, 609 Market Street in Lemoyne, featuring Citgo quality products. Your complete automotive service center with state inspections, minor to major repairs, 24 years of experience serving the community's automotive needs. Leach's Automotive also specializes in air conditioner repair and service, featuring their new R134 recovery and recharging system. Your key to trouble-free, happy motoring is at Leach's Automotive, offering service on domestic and foreign vehicles. All technicians are ASE certified. Leach's Automotive Service, 609 Market Street in Lemoyne, phone 761-2339. Watch for Tom Leach in the armor-clad number 30 Cars Sprinter on a track near you.
And during that caution period, we lost the 42 of J.R. Fry and the 88L, Timmy Leapart. Timmy Leapart had to be taken off on a hook. Our race leader is Mike Irwin, followed by Newman, Glenn Yackel, and Bob Fantasy taking over that 4th and final qualifying spot.
Fantasy has been on the move in the points chase here in the Napa division. He now sits in 4th and is challenging for 3rd. Yackel got a little out of shape in that second turn, but was able to recover. Here comes Fantasy working the high groove. Yackel's down on the inside.
In the past 2 nights of racing action, Thursday night, and the checkered flag was flying there. The winner was Mike Irwin in the 5G. Finishing second was the 21 of Newman. Third was the 9 of Yackel, and finishing 4th in car number 1H was Bob Fantasy. Bob Fantasy in the last 2 nights of racing action has been able to gain 2 spots. He is now second in the Napa Series point standing.
107. Terry Laniger in the 1A, Mark Zimmerman in the 55C, Daryl Schaefer in the 6, George Wright in the 32, Johnny Murphy in the 36, Ken Carberry in the 12, and the winner last night at Williams Grove, Smokey Snellbaker in car number 80 with the 19D and Dick Sills tacking on to the rear of the pack and filling out the field.
And at the start of that race, Schaefer was a little out of shape, and Snellbaker nearly ran over top of him. He got on the brakes to avoid him. Goffstall dropping back through the pack, car number 07. He's having some problems here. Ken Carberry, Johnny Murphy working their way up through the pack. They're up to 4th and 5th right now. Johnny Murphy, a winner 2 weeks ago.
Brett Romano has the lead down into 1 and 2, and a real duel for second between Ryden and Zimmerman in the 55. Down the backstretch, they're right in behind Romano. Zimmerman tries to shoot the gap. Didn't pull that one off. Ends up still in second. They've had the ride down. Ryden trying to pull up on the inside of it. And here comes Murphy running the high groove.
Murphy running right against the edge of the cushion, running 4th, but he is really closed in on this lead 3 cars.
George Ryden works down to the inside, trying to get underneath Romano, and does.
And Ryden and Brett Romano made contact, and then Romano made contact with Zimmerman, so he must have felt like a pinball out there bouncing off everybody.
The leader is George Ryden. He takes it around 3 and 4. Mark Zimmerman running in the 2nd spot. Then it's the 12 of Ken Carberry, who took the feature at Penn National just 2 nights ago. And then Johnny Murphy underneath him, he's moved up into the 3rd spot.
And Ken Carberry, another one, has been making a move up through the point standings on the Napa Series circuit. He is up to 9th place in the point standings. That's on the Napa Series point. Here at Silver Spring Speedway, he sits in 10th spot in the point standings. Our race leader, George Ryden, followed by Mark Zimmerman, Johnny Murphy, and Ken Carberry. Schaefer runs 5th in car number 6, and Snellbaker running 6th in car number 80.
And Ryden has a tire going flat.
Tough break for George Ryden. He was our race leader. He's got a left rear tire that's shredded. There's hardly anything left of that tire. He's still out there motoring around, but I'm sure he knows he's got problems, because that tire is about ready to come the whole way off the rim right now. He still runs 4th at this spot, but he just gets past for that 4th and final qualifying spot. Tough break. With only 2 laps to go, he loses a qualifying spot.
The white flag is out. And your leader, the 55, Mark Zimmerman, and Johnny Murphy running a tight 2nd. They come around, the checker flag is out, and it's Mark Zimmerman with the win. Murphy finishes in the runner-up spot. Then it's Ken Carberry in the 12, finishing 3rd, and in the 4th and final qualifying spot, car number 6, Daryl Schaefer.
Starts on the pole. On the outside of row number 1, Steve Wilbur in the 59F. Row number 2, Chris Knopp in the 48, Bill Heckert in the 82. Row number 3, Lenny Hake in the 91, Leroy Martin in the 66. Row number 4, Jerry Wolf in the 50 and Billy Crawford in the 1C. Row number 5, Jeremy Trout in the 7T, Danny Heger in the 93, and Mark Smith filling in for Dwight Live, car number 22, starts 11. So Jeremy Trout, the feature winner here last Saturday night. Oh, and Danny Heger getting into a car, the 82, a Wild Bill Heckert, upside down several times. Oh, incidental contact there, but Bill Heckert at the wrong place at the wrong time. It definitely was not his fault. Danny Heger got bumped into him, but there's a lot of damage on car number 93, and Wild Bill Heckert getting upside down several times there. A pretty violent looking flip there for Bill Heckert at the start of heat number 4.
There's Bill Heckert, he's out of the car.
And the fans are clapping. Wild Bill Heckert has quite a fan following here at Silver Spring Speedway.
Okay, I lost 2 days, Dave.
In the B main, we have had 3 separate winners.
Oh, the green flag is out again. We're going to have a complete restart. Wild Bill Heckert, car number 82, he was okay, but we can't say as much for his car number 82. And also the 93 of Danny Heger, they had some considerable front end damage on that car. Heger, our current point leader, and as we mentioned, Hager got up over the rear tire of Jerry Wolf, and he got in the air, and he had no way to avoid from hitting Bill Hecker. So definitely not an intentional thing. So the green flag is out, and Steve Wilbur leads away. Car number 59F in that old Milwaukee Family Ford Mercury sponsored car. He's out front. Running second is Lenny Haig.
And unfortunately for Hager last night at Williams Grove, he was unable to make this feature.
Danny Hager coming into tonight's racing action. He had a 910-point lead over the second place car of Bob Fantasy. He's got a comfortable lead, but if something like this happens a couple weeks in a row, before you know it, that giant point lead is gone.
The leader down the back stretch, Steve Wilbur in the 59F. Moving up into the second spot, the 66, Leroy Martin. Coming around the fourth turn in third. Car number 91, Lenny Hagen.
We got cars upside down. Jeremy Trout, Glenn Keller, a lot of damage on that car, but Jeremy Trout went over once, and it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of damage on the car from this distance, but Jeremy Trout did make a complete roll there.
The 9K of Glenn Keller, you can see him sitting here right facing us. The front end of that car really took a hammer.
It certainly did, and also the 48 of Mark Knopp and the 1C of Billy Crawford also involved. So we're having our problems here in heat number 4. We've got our second red flag caution period for this heat race. And we got a special thing here for the speed zone. Let's hear about it, Bob.
Hey, yeah, Dave, you know, we're talking about all of the things going on around here. Speed Zone, the place where race fans become race drivers, out at 7500 Derry Street in Harrisburg. Believe it or not, they've extended their hours to give more opportunity to the race fan to become those race drivers. They're open now from noon to 10 on Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And just do me a favor. Don't invite me to go out and race against you. The downtime we had on the track for that incident, the 93 of Hager was able to get back out on the track.
And I'm sure they're just testing that car out for the consolation event because he is 4 laps down now. He had his initial problems on the opening lap, and then on that last red flag period, he will be 4 laps down, so I don't think it's likely that he'll make 4 laps up, but he is getting some time in the car to see if it will work for the consolation.
The leader is Steve Wilbur in the 59.
And Billy Crawford starting to let out some smoke from car number 1C. It looks like it might just be a valve cover. It's only smoking on the right side of the motor.
And another car, the 50 of Jerry Wolf, comes to a halt up in turn number 2, bringing out yet another yellow flag. Five laps remain. Wilbur has the lead. The 66 of Leroy Martin is second. Hake gets out of shape in 2. Here comes the 22 of
Mark Smith. Mark Smith filling in for Dwight Live. He qualified last night at Williams Grove Speedway, and tonight here he is running third. And this really surprises me because Williams Grove's a big, wide open track, but here at Silver Spring Speedway, it's difficult to get through the corners. And that time there, Mark Smith had some problems getting off corner number 2, and he loses 3rd position and nearly loses 4th position to Lenny Haig. Billy Crawford with that smoking number 1C gets by him, but Crawford gets bumped. Him and Mark Smith made contact coming off corner number 4 that last time, but Billy Crawford continues. But here's a battle for the lead now. Leroy Martin goes underneath the 59F of Steve Wilbur going into corner number 3. Only 2 laps to go. Leroy Martin, our new race leader here.
Martin down the backstretch with the lead. Wilbur running into second spot. Then it's Mark Smith, a driver from New York, filling in for Dwight Live in that Taylor Reynolds sponsors number 22. And in the 4th spot, the 1C of Crawford, still billowing smoke off of the headers. Around to the checker flag. He's got to take it. Leroy Martin with the win. Finishing in the runner-up spot, the old Milwaukee 59 of Steve Wilbur, family Ford-sponsored car. Then it's the 22 of Mark Smith, finishing in third, and the fourth and final qualifying spot going to 1C, Billy Crawford. The final heat event of the evening for the sportsmen here at Silver Spring Speedway. Pat Cannon in the 25C, Kevin Berger in the 31 in row 1. In the second row, it's Johnny Yinger in the 15, Johnny Stamen in the 23. Row 3, Tim White in the 1, Jake the Snake Radabaugh in the 59. In the fourth row, Tommy Haxall in the 55X, Donnie Beaver Jr. in the 10. And in the final row, the 3, Davey Callman, and the 6M, Craig Morrow.
And we had 53 Super Sportsmen on hand for tonight. That's a lot more than what we had last night at Williamsburg Speedway. Only 52 cars were on hand last night. 32 cars. And we got a car getting upside down, the 1 of Tim White. Tim White, he's got the special banner on board for Harold White, who passed away last Sunday, but the red flag is out once again. Looks like Tim is moving around inside the car. He got up on its side. Wasn't too hard of a crash, but it did do a little bit of damage to car number 1.
Tough break for Tim White in the 1 car, although that car really didn't look as if he had sustained much damage, David. He probably will be back out for the concert.
The crew's down there hard working on it already, and I think we will see him out for the consolation event. Good news for him. He did roll it on its side, but I don't think it went completely over. So hopefully we'll see Timmy White out here for the consolation event later on. This is heat number 5 for the Super Sportsman. Pat Cannon, Kevin Berger sitting on row 1, John Yinger, John Stamen sitting in row number 2. We have no laps in. This is a complete restart. We've seen 3 cars upside down already tonight. Last 2 weeks we've had our fair share of flips here at Silver Spring Speedway. Last week, John Stoner with that spectacular flip down the front stretch. That's one of the worst I've ever seen. Steve Cerniak in the consolation event on the front stretch. Some hard flips last Saturday night here at Silver Spring Speedway. And it's the rookie leading the way. The 25C, the youngster from New Jersey. Kevin Berger putting the pressure on car number 31 running second.
Coming around to complete lap number 1, Pat Cannon, Kevin Berger running 1 and 2. Johnny Beaver Jr. in the 10, running in the 4th and final qualifying spot. And here comes the 3 of Callman up on the inside of Johnny Yinger trying to move up. He still wants to qualify also this evening.
And what a battle back there for a 5th spot, a 4-car battle. Yinger, Callman, Jake the Snake Radabaugh, and Tommy Haxall, that's for a 5th spot. You think these guys are running for the lead, but they all just want to get to the front of the pack and try to gain a qualifying spot for tonight's 25-lap Super Sportsman feature event.
Down the front chute. The 15 of Yinger still in the 5th spot. He's got Callman coming around the high side. Out to the second turn, down to backstretch. They still are wheel to wheel into 3. Now into 4. Donnie Beaver Jr. way up on the high side.
It looked like he was going to tag the wall there. He had to be awfully close. It doesn't look like he hit it. There's no white paint on the side of his tire, but there goes Callman up to 3rd. What a move by Callman to gain a qualifying spot.
And Beaver goes in underneath Stamen to move into 4th.
And we got a car sideways, the 15 of Yinger.
Yinger took a pretty good shot into the outside wall down into the 15 on a hook into the pits. He's out of competition, at least temporarily. We have 5 laps into the record book, 5 laps to go.
And at the halfway mark, it's the rookie, Pat Cannon leading the way in car number 25C. Followed by Kevin Berger in the 31, but Dave Callman, car number 3, he's in pursuit.
Berger underneath, out of turn 2, takes that lead.
Here comes Callman now challenging for the runner-up spot. Callman now, he's in a heated battle with Cannon. Pat Cannon not giving up that lead, but off of corner number 2, it's Dave Callman gaining that the runner-up position now. Cannon drops back to 3rd, followed by Stamen.
Stamen goes to the inside and takes a sweep underneath Cannon and moves up into 3rd. Cannon comes right back in 1 and 2 and takes 3rd back.
Donnie Beaver, car number 10, running 5th, 1 spot out of a qualifying position. Here comes Jake Rodeball and Tommy Haxall just waiting for somebody to make a mistake. Car number 55X and the 59 of Rodeball.
Stamen on the inside, sweeps in and underneath Cannon, takes 3rd back.
Here comes Beaver looking for that 4th and final qualifying spot. Beaver really hitting it hard on the top, jumps the cushion, darts off right in front of Cannon and takes that 4th spot and goes for 3rd.
And he's got 3rd. Down the backstretch, Donnie Beaver Jr. in 3rd, and John Stamen running in the 4th.
Here comes our leader to take the checkered flag. It's going to be Kevin Berger picking up his 2nd heat win of the season. Finishing 2nd in the 3 will be Dave Callum, and 3rd in the 10 will be Donnie Beaver, and finishing 4th in the final qualifying spot, the 23 of John Stamen. Well, we're back with the limited late model consolation event. Here's the starting lineup. Starting on the pole.